What up, though, y'all? It's Chris broadcasting to you from Vernon, CT, and it's looking like World War III might be over with, or World War III. Forget it; it didn't get started. World War III is canceled. It's canceled before it even is gonna happen. Where do we start? We know that President Trump issued the bombing of the 3 nuclear locations over in Iran. I know they like to call it Iran, but whatever. Iran it is. We also know that they threatened retaliation. Trump was like, if you retaliate, y'all gonna get smoke like y'all wouldn't believe. The backlash is gonna be basically like nothing that you would ever expect. They also threatened to, and this was Iran, release some sort of sleeper whatever over here. They were threatening that they had some sort of danger here in the US that they smuggled in some sort of way, and they would release it. It appears that was a bit of a bluff. At least let's hope it was just a bluff, a wannabe show of force, because they didn't activate it. They had every opportunity to, and they were basically threatening that they would do it to begin with. And this was before Trump did the military mission. So they had reason to release it, and they didn't. So perhaps it just doesn't exist. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. In retaliation to Trump bombing the 3 locations, they decided to attack U.S. stations over there in their neck of the woods. They sent over 14 missiles. 13 of them were shot down. And apparently one, they just let it go on down to yonder because it was off target, so they really weren't concerned about it. Trump, not being one to pass up an opportunity to shade, he jumped on social media and gloated about how their extremely weak and predictable response to them obliterating their nuclear sites was overted. Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Trump's mean tweets, they crack me up. When he got banned from Twitter, I really did miss those mean tweets. Like, it just wasn't the same place when he got banned. I used to look forward to those. Back then, I didn't even rock with Trump like that. I just followed him because his tweets were funny as hell. But you skip forward to now, after Trump was like, thank you to the United States Army and yada yada. There was little to no damage, yada yada yada. Trump has now announced that Iran and Israel will be joining into a ceasefire. So he's taking credit for the fact that U.S. getting involved is what led to peace. And I will give him that, because it does appear that had he not have jumped in and taken somebody's side, it certainly wasn't going to be Iran's. So all you extremely unpatriotic people out there that's talking about I stand with Iran, man, y'all change flags in y'all profile a little too often for me. It's Iran this week. It was Mexico last week. A couple months ago, it was Ukraine. I mean, damn, y'all literally stand with everybody but the U.S. But y'all live here. And it's because this is such a free country that you're able to be such unpatriotic, just weirdos that you are. You could not live in China and be like, you stand with whatever else. You could not live over in Iran and be like, you stand with somebody else. You're talking about you stand with Iran and you're here in the USA. You could not be over there in Iran waving no U.S. flag talking about you stand with U.S. Like, that's just crazy to me, man. The ignorance to how free you are simply being able to do something as disgusting as wave somebody else's flag is just amazing. Nonetheless, World War III is canceled. They are taking place in a ceasefire, and Trump says basically consider this war ended. So I didn't want us to get involved in the first place. You guys have heard me say that. But I guess this is the best possible outcome of us getting involved. No American soldiers were hurt, which is fantastic. And the conflict was ended very quickly. We're talking about in like a day and a half. Trump gets involved. Like a day and a half later, he's announcing a ceasefire. So even though I really didn't like us getting involved, if we are going to get involved, this was certainly the best outcome that I could have hoped for. I never would have expected an outcome to come this swift and with no casualties to us the way that it has. So I told you guys that I was going to believe in, I was going to trust President Trump's decision making, because he was privy to some information that we as outsiders were not. So I was going to trust that he was moving in the best interest of all of us. And I'm just glad that that belief was not betrayed. So that's it, man. Like I said, World War III is canceled. It's not happening. Hopefully there will be no more conflicts. I'm real sick of Iran. I'm real sick of Israel. You guys heard from me before. I really wouldn't have been upset if they blew each other off the map, but that's not going to happen. So, I mean, the two of them, they don't realize all they did was just add to President Trump's legacy, because now he has the bragging rights of he brought peace. You know, he was putting the screws to Iran like we want a complete and total, surrender. They're all like, oh, death to America, burning flags, just all this showmanship on television. You know, they're like, oh, they're going to do this to us. They're going to do that to us. They're going to release the Kraken. Not really, but you guys get what I'm saying. And for what? I mean, for them to be talking as much smack as they were, they went down so easy. I'm glad they went down so easy, but it's just, if you're this easy to whoop, if you can be whooped, if hitting those 3 spots crippled them to this degree, maybe not talk so much like you him. You know, getting on news and making these worldwide broadcasts talking shit like you him, and it was that easy for them to just do some fly-by-night mission and cripple you. I don't know. Like I said, you just added to Trump's legacy, because he proved once again that he gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna stand by what he say, and he willing to call your bluff if you get up there talking a bunch of shit. I'm gonna leave it there though, you guys. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.